February 26, 1993, at 12:17 and 37 seconds, an act of terrorism occurred in New York City. The North Tower of the World Trade Center was bombed, and the city of New York was in a state of shock. This would certainly not be the last time that terrorists would attack New York City, but at the time this was one of the worst terrorist attacks to occur in America. Listen as CNN news anchor breaks news of the attack.
An explosion underground in the garage section of the World Trade Center in New York City has killed now 3 people, according to the New York Port Authority, and has injured at least 150 people. Hundreds of people, as we speak, are still being evacuated from the twin-story towers of the structure, and a hotel in the complex as well at the southern tip of Manhattan Island. There were reports earlier of some people being trapped under the rubble. We do understand that's where at least 2 of the fatalities were found. There are still people trapped in the 2 towers, as we say, but EMS and firefighting personnel are at least to the 85th floor of the Twin Towers evacuating these people. They're also being taken off the roof by helicopters.
As with many events, when the news of this attack first broke, the facts and details were not all accurate. The attack, in fact, injured 1,042 people and killed 6 people, who were memorialized beautifully with a fountain at the site of the event with granite engraved. On February 26, 1993, a bomb set by terrorists exploded below this site. This horrible act of violence killed innocent people, injured thousands, and made victims of us all. The attack was performed by Ramzi Youssef and Iyad Ismail, who carried the 1,310-pound bomb in a Ryder van that Youssef had rented. At approximately 12 p.m., the pair drove this van into the parking garage under the World Trade Center. While in the garage, the men lit the fuse of the homemade bomb and left the area. After several minutes, the explosion occurred below the North Tower, also known as Tower 1. The explosion created a hole in the building almost 100 feet wide. The explosion disabled the electricity in the World Trade Center, causing confusion and chaos. Smoke and soot covered everything and made vision in the buildings difficult, making evacuation efforts all the more chaotic. Many evacuees incurred lung injuries from smoke inhalation. One remarkable story is of a group of kindergarten students. Yeah! While hundreds of other people were also trapped in the elevators during this terrible event, one group of people is particularly touching. A group of 17 kindergartners from PS 95 were trapped in the elevator while on a field trip to the World Trade Center. They were coming down from the observation deck in Tower 2 and were trapped in complete darkness due to the power outage. The teacher and a parent chaperone led the children in songs and prayers the entire time that they were trapped. The adults had no contact with anybody and had no clue what had happened, how long they would be trapped for, or if they would ever get out. Finally, after 5 long hours, the group was rescued and bused back to their school where the children were reunited with their families. Sadly, as with many events in history, there were many conspiracy theories relating to this terrible event. These theories ranged from rumors that the FBI knew of the attack before it happened, to theories that the United States government planned the attack on its own people. Listen to this clip from CBS News correspondent Jacqueline Adams about the most popular and most believable theory.
FBI agents might have been able to prevent last February's deadly explosion at New York's World Trade Center. They discussed secretly substituting harmless powder for the explosives, but they didn't, according to the FBI's own informant, Imad Salem. Unbeknownst to the FBI at the time, Salem recorded many of his conversations with his handlers.
I'm holding 903 pages of draft transcripts.
William Kunstler represents Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman and several others charged with conspiring to blow up a series of New York City landmarks 4 months after the World Trade Center bombing. That case has not yet gone to trial. Kunstler confirmed newspaper reports of the Salem transcripts. In one, Salem complains to an FBI agent, "Since the bomb went off, I feel terrible. I feel bad. I feel here is people who don't listen." The agent replies, "Hey, I mean, it wasn't like you didn't try and I didn't try. You can't force people to do the right thing."
Whether or not the FBI was involved with this event in any way has never been outright proven, and still remains a question to some people. All in all, this event was a terrible tragedy that devastated all who were involved, both directly and indirectly. The lives that were lost can never be replaced, and the disheartening fear that New York City and America as a whole experienced could never be forgotten. As with all terrible events, however, this truly brought many people together and showed people just what they could endure. I'm Taylor Hall-Masiello. Thanks for listening.